Welcome back to my channel. I'm April K. This is where clarity meets power and silence builds strategy. I help high functioning women repair what's quietly fracturing their focus, reclaim their peace, and lead without apology. Let's lock in. Everything speaks. Everything. Every space, every person, every choice, all of it hums on a frequency. And the truth is, you've always been fluent. You just forgot the language, like a lot of people. We live in a world obsessed with words, but energy, that moves fast. Tone before talk, vibration before vocabulary. And that's why you can feel when something's off before you can even name it. And that is called frequency literacy. And learning to translate that is how you master your life. First teachable. Awareness is the first language of power. You can't change what you don't acknowledge. And most people are fluent in avoidance. They sense misalignment and call it being tired. They feel drained, but they say, I'm just busy. They mistake emotional static for normal signal. But when you become aware, you start hearing the truth underneath the noise. You hear when your spirit says no, even if your mouth says yes. You hear your intuition getting louder every time you ignore it. That's not anxiety. That's frequency trying to translate itself. When awareness returns, alignment begins. Second teachable. Emotion is information, not identity. See, frequency speaks through feeling. It's the body's way of saying, we're in sync, or no, we're off script. But the world taught you to judge your emotions instead of reading them. So you started muting your emotional language, apologizing for tears, or, dismissing your intuition or numbing your gut instincts. And then you wonder why peace felt foreign. See, when you think about it, your emotions are translators. They're not your enemy. They're the subtitles to your soul's message. You need to listen to them, but don't live inside them. When you stop labeling emotions as good or bad, you actually start using them as data points instead of diagnoses. Your third teachable. Resonance is your real metric for truth. You see, we've all been trained to look for proof or evidence, validation, and permission. But resonance doesn't need proof. It just feels like a yes in your bones. Resonance is the quiet click in your chest when something aligns. It's the body's way of saying, oh, yeah, this is for me. And when you follow resonance, you actually stop chasing relevance because resonance is actually timeless. Relevance is trend based. One fades, the other fortifies. That's a better way of remembering it. See, if it drains you, then it's not for you. If it confuses you, it's not aligned. However, if it expands you, even if it scares you, that is frequency fluency. Fourth teachable: boundaries refine your signal. The cleaner your energy, the clearer your translation. Every unhealed interaction is background noise. Every person you keep around out of obligation, they become static. You can't broadcast power on a channel full of interference. Boundaries don't block energy, they actually amplify it. They keep you transmitting at your own bandwidth instead of shrinking to fit someone else's comfort. You know what makes your signal strong? Stillness, hydration, and intention. Resting before reacting. Choosing your inputs as carefully as you choose your investments. Because what you consume becomes what you communicate. Did you know that? Your fifth teachable. Fifth teachable. Frequency does not lie. Alignment leaves evidence, always. You don't have to force what's for you. It finds you through match, not chase. That's the difference between manifesting and magnetizing. Manifesting is trying to order from the universe like it's a menu. However, magnetizing is becoming the vibration that makes what you desire inevitable. You're not waiting, you're tuning. You're not forcing, you're focusing. And when your frequency rises, old patterns fall off naturally. You stop explaining your worth. You stop needing closure. You stop attracting chaos disguised as a connection. That's not isolation, it's actually calibration. See, the language of frequency is not mystical, it's actually very, very practical. You already speak it every time you walk into a room and you feel the temperature change. Every time you say something feels off. Every time you know before you know. The challenge is trusting that frequency again. Because when you speak frequency, logic cannot always keep up. And that unnerves people who still need to see before they believe. But that's not your assignment anymore. You're not here to convince. You're here to vibrate at such clarity that truth becomes undeniable. Here's the translation key, your 5 reminders. Number 1, awareness is the first language of power. Number 2, emotion is information, not identity. Number 3, resonance is your real metric for truth. Number 4, boundaries refine your signal. Number 5, frequency does not lie. Alignment leaves evidence. Now, if you live by those 5 and watch how fast chaos stops finding you, because chaos cannot breathe in clarity, it actually suffocates when you stop feeding it your attention. The woman fluent in frequency doesn't shout to be heard. She aligns to be felt. And that kind of power doesn't compete. It commands. So when you enter a room, remember, you're not reacting to energy. You are the energy. Speak in vibration. Move in resonance. Lead in silence. That's the language of frequency. And once you master it, the world starts responding in your accent. Thank you for spending a few minutes with me, especially to get stronger in your focus and in spirit. But I don't want you to stop here. Please subscribe, share this message, and join the community of women choosing clarity over chaos. Until next time, beautiful soul, stay anchored, stay aligned, and stay locked in.